looking live at a shot of NordVPN Stadium here in Military City, USA, San Antonio, Texas, as the 2-2 Alamo City Artillery play host to the 2-1 Seattle Nemesis. I'm Colin Northrop on play-by-play, and my color commentator is Rick Northrop.
Good evening, everybody.
Alongside statisticians Gerald Smith and Zachary Hamburger, and executive producer Cameron Irvine, we welcome you to the beginning of the Saturday evening block here in Week 5 of the 22nd Simulation Football League season. Rick, Alamo City returns home on a 2-game road losing streak, losing both times by a combined 6 points, including last week's loss to Carolina, 20-17. What do they need to do to get back on track in the subdivision?
Well, Colin, you know, offensively, Alamo City, they collected 112 yards on the ground, but their leading ground gainer was Brad Jones with just 80 yards on 18 rush attempts. You factor in the numbers of Rainstorm, the running back room for Artillery got a combined 25 carries for 99 yards. I'm sure that was an area emphasized in the game.
Seattle is very good defensively against the run. 7 yards per game at 89, but they're 25th against the pass, allowing an average of 315 coming in. Alamo City will kick off to Seattle to start the game. Their defense was outstanding a week ago. So we'll get to see Seattle on the field for the first time offensively as this ball flies out of the end zone for a touchback. And that's introduced that Seattle offense led by number 11, the quarterback, Ty Patak. All right, the rest of the backfield consists of running backs Beluska and J.W. Doyle, as well as fullback Dean Jackson. Ryan Orlovansky, Gus Scott, John Fullerton, and Justice Blackwell are the wide receivers. Tight ends are Ben Harrison and Paulie Truth. It's a 1st and 10 out of the eye as Patak is back to throwing. Patak over the middle of the field. Catch is made by Paulie Truth, the team's leading receiver. In all categories, picks up 11 for a first down.
He leads the way with the first down of the game.
The offensive line consists of 2 tackles and the veteran Will Stevens and rookie Olin Thump. Undrafted free agent Kobe Beef joined second-year player Matty Mock at guard, and the anchor second-year center Sean Sullivan, number 67. 1st and 10 for Seattle. Ball is just past the 30-yard line. It'll be another Patak throw, and he completes this one to Fullerton. It'll be 2nd and about less than 1. As Patak starts 2 for 2 in this ball game.
I know, right? You know what they say. Let's go.
2nd and inches. We'll introduce you to the Alamo City defense after this play. It's split backs, 2 tight ends on the field for Seattle. Play action fake to Beluska, and Patak will take off and show his dual threat ability and slides down past the 45-yard line.
He really wanted to chuck the rock downfield, Colin. That first down was there for the taking. I guess he waited till the last minute and made a play.
1st and 10 for Seattle, wearing the all whites with the neon green accent socks. Very sharp as another rollout by Patak, and Patak fires down the field, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Alamo City, they give up 16 points per game, 2nd fewest, and 4th to 5th most takeaways coming in the weekend with 7. Up front, they have Stephen Fellows III and Robert Thump at defensive ends, Tina Begin, and Jabu McSlim. McSlim spent his first 3 years in the league with the Portland Fleet. Fellows II is 2nd in the league with 4.5 sacks coming in. That leads the team. As Patak throws another pass. It's a one-handed catch by Paulie Truth and a Pittsburgher as Seattle another first down.
Yeah, I like that play, Colin. They lined up in full power and threw out of that. That's going to be dangerous. Also, they're not afraid to do the sprint out or the roll out here, Colin. So that's going to present some problems for Tulsa.
You mean
Alamo City? Alamo City, I'm sorry.
Tulsa was last week.
Yeah, what I say? I'm in a time warp. Let's do the time warp again. We forgot to remind everybody, cultural references, vocabulary, and silly dad jokes are all on tap this evening.
And Denver, the service dog, is here once.
And the Rick meter is in the house.
Blitz coming throw. It's incomplete. One of those defensive backs for Alamo City broke up on the play. The linebacking core's a good one. Rookie Zach Benjamin, the 22nd overall pick, and Jay Mark are the inside backers. Rob Forco and Bergie Barr round out the unit. It's worth noting that Mark leads the team in interceptions with 4. That also ties him for first place in among the league leaders, amazingly enough. It's a 2nd and 10. Patak threw his first incompletion after starting 2 for 2. Back to throw. Heavy blitz. Fires down the field. Tipped and incomplete. The secondary consists of Jukin Rukin Jr., the 8th overall pick, Michaela Forker, Mickey McGuire, a.k.a. Gunny, free safeties Rain Rie, Willie Bands, and Albert begin as its strong safety. Ron Hoff already with a couple pass deflections as it sets up a 3rd and 10. This is an area that Seattle's really struggled with. Offensively, only converting 4 per game, but they convert 1 here as it gets them past the 30-yard line, down short of the 20-yard line. First down, Seattle.
You know, this drive was looking good to start with, and then a few misfires in the passing game. Thought it might stall out, but it's another first down.
No run attempt yet so far for Seattle. Again, they line up in the I formation. It'll be another pass. This will be a swing out to J.W. Doyle, who gets tackled for no gain right at the line of scrimmage. And Yogi Barr makes the tackle like he just found another pick-a-nicka basket.
That's right. Wearing those. What do you think of the bumblebee shoulder pads? I'm not sure how to describe that there for Alamo City, Colin.
I love it.
You love it.
It's something different.
Yeah.
So it definitely stands out as Blackwell motions up to the top of the formation. 2nd and 10. Throw down the middle, tipped and incomplete. And just like that, it's 3rd and 10 again as Bo Martin Jr., they call him El Presidente, makes sure that pass hits the ground.
Yeah, let's see if Alamo City can get that stop they desired on the previous 3rd and long. Although this time, Seattle is in field goal range. Alamo City trying to hold them to a field goal attempt here. Got the fun bunch tight to the line in the bottom, Colin. Let's see if that produces something.
And Patak, he's going to scramble out. Throws down the field, tipped by Rain Rie, incomplete pass intended for Gus Scott. So they run only once on the scramble by Patak on the rollout, and that'll bring out Victor Ironleg, number 16, who's the kicker. He handles the kicking duties. Spent his rookie year with Jacksonville. This one of 40 yards.
Excuse me, did you say the kicker handles the kicking duties? Sorry. Hey, don't shake your fist at me.
I am shaking my fist at you right now. The 40-yard field goal is on the way, and it's no good. Oh my goodness, he missed it.
He missed it. That was a goner from the get-go, from the toe. You could see it started left, and it never drew back in.
Never quite curved back in either. You can see a little bit of curve at the end, but not enough.
That would be a draw for the lefty there. Exactly, for you golfers. If I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key. 2nd cultural reference. Come on, people. Keep up.
As Alamo City takes the field on offense, led by quarterback number 12, Ace Finnick. Give off to Brad Jones, and Jones stopped at the line of scrimmage by Mr. Twinkie, number 33, Doug Day.
Doug Day.
From his
D-Day.
From his strong safety position.
D-Day. You know, not saying D-Day, Doug Day's over the top, but Mr. D-Day considers game time to be H-hour.
As Ace Finnick on the rollout will throw down the field. Catch is made.
Wow.
That is Yale Montana, wide receiver number 18. So the backfield consists of running backs Brad Jones and Rainstorm. You'll see cameo appearances from Garrison Blue. One of the wide receivers who, besides Blue, just introduced himself, Yale Montana. He's joined out there by Kenny Hendricks, Ziggy Horonik, offseason free agent pickup Vin Kelly, plus the number 2 tight end on the depth chart, Hank Earl Troll.
Random fact, I lobbied hard to have you or your little brother be called Yale, but wife wasn't having any of it.
As the catch is made for a pickup of about 3 yards, that is Hank Earl trolling. It's a good opportunity as any to introduce you to the Seattle defense, who was very active a week ago, collected 5 sacks as a unit as well as 4 interceptions against Tulsa. We'll wait till after this play. It's 2nd and 7. We got a tight end in motion, that is Earl Troll. He will flex wide now. Sort of tight splits by both guys out wide. The out route to Hank Earl Troll sets him up at a 3rd and 2. Up front for Seattle is the number 13th overall pick, James Ramos. He's joined by fellow rookie defensive end Connor O'Shaughnessy, second-year end Darko Young. Rounding out the defensive line, Sean Parent and Aaron Dine. Parent, in particular, a week ago, Rick, was outstanding rushing the passer with 2 sacks.
Oh, yes, indeed. I think that's going to be key again to get more pressure.
3rd and 2. It's partially cloudy here in San Antonio, Texas. 5-man line for the Nemesis, but that doesn't work as Jones picks up the first down past the 40-yard line. Linebacking core consists of 2 inside linebackers, Matthias Citron and TJ Harper, and 2 outside linebackers, Aaron Gooden, who had a couple sacks also, and Sabo Kanab. The secondary are corners Amar Bryant Jr., Daniel Valentine, Ricky Robinson, free safety TJ Frosty, Doug Day, who we already mentioned, as this pass is complete for no gain. And the other strong safety is Bryant James. It'll be 2nd and 10. It's 2nd and 10 for the artillery on just short of the Seattle 40-yard line. Another rollout by Finnick, throws backside, catch made. It's going to be a first down, another completion to Yayo Montana, and the artillery are on the move.
Yes, they are. And they were fortunate in that, they did work and stalled out the Seattle drive, and then fortunate with the errant kick by the kicker who handles the kicking duties, Iron Leg. And they're trying to take advantage here and see if they can be the first ones to break the ice here. And the Rick Meter staff looking in and very closely. Usually doesn't have a read until the 2nd quarter.
Pitch out to Brad Jones, stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Tackle made out there by Bryant James, the other strong safety. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your play today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join Community button to begin your career or to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. Never too late to be involved. Kellia goes in motion.
It's a great week to jump into the SFL. Get going.
There's Rainstorm on the carry, and Storm, he'll pick up 3 yards to set up 3rd and 7 for Alamo City. Their other loss was in week 3, 10-7 at Houston. So talk about a team that's been close to being undefeated. 6 points would be the difference.
Yeah, they are a load, clearly.
As Finnick throws to the end zone, touchdown, Yayo Montana! And the artillery strike first. Boom.
And we just talked about how they've been in every game. And they're a bit to handle. And Seattle's just figuring that, learning that here as they trade possessions.
And for Montana, that's his 2nd receiving touchdown catch of the year. For Ace Finnick, that's touchdown pass number 6. Matt Finnick handles the kicking chores, number 7. The punter is 2nd-year man Danny Dimes. That's a great name.
I love it.
The extra point is up and good. So with 2:42 left, they go on a 10-play, 70-yard drive through the artillery, and they put it in the end zone for 7 points.
Well, it's a perfect evening for football, Colin. As you said, the clouds are overhead and keeping the temperatures down. And the artillery are off to a good start.
Returned by Justice Blackwell up the middle of the field. He'll get wrapped up at his own 28-yard line. I realized, Rick, I forgot to introduce the Alamo City offensive line.
You know, they were just sending me texts. They were wanted me to remind you of that. So let's hear about it.
It's a group with 29 years worth of SFL experience all put together. It consists of tackles DeMarcus Candy and the second-year man David Parker, guards Yogi Barr and Charles Michael, and it's all anchored together by the 11th-year man at center, Jukin Ruku. The Seattle's now back on the field, and J.W. Doyle gets his first handoff and picks up 2 yards. Rick, this is a Seattle team that, for whatever reason, we saw it a week ago, even in their win, they struggled to run the ball.
Yeah, they did, and it was curious because that game was a surprise to me. Let's see how they do here, and they started basically passing the whole first possession.
Oh, and that pass was really dangerous. Albert Begin says, no, sir. And just like that, it's another 3rd and 8 for Seattle. Again, they're stuck in this third to medium to long situation.
Right, and as football aficionados of all levels know, being behind the sticks is not a formula for success. It's the anti-success formula.
Back to throw again. Patak scrambles out of there. He runs past the first down, lowers his shoulder, and takes a hit as he picks up another first down on the scramble, showing off his running ability, Rick.
Yeah,
for the second time.
Yeah, and that helps. That should help with the passing game, but Seattle may need to mix in a little bit more run. That's sort of an accidental one, opportunistic running play, if you will, right? Am I wrong? I'm right.
Yeah, he saw an opportunity and he took it.
Take it. These are just the kind of go-getters I need for my EM50 project.
He's back to throw again. Fires down the field. Too long for the receiver. Incomplete. Looking for Paulie Truth. But he pulled the string a little too much.
A little too much. Well, 2nd and 10.
So we take a look. It's split backs with 2 receivers to the bottom side of the formation. If Alamo City has a weakness, it's the passing game. They're ranked 23rd in yards allowed per game as they roll out. And Patak misses another one. This time this guy was wide open, and for some reason, the reigning offensive rookie of the year just misfires once again, and it's 3rd and long.
Well, and now you know why Seattle's been trying to attempt so many passes, right? I feel that that's a good matchup for them if they can take advantage of some weakness here for Alamo City.
Doyle, the single back, as they go what appears to be 4 wide receivers out. Orovatsky in motion to the bottom of the screen for 13. Patak sets his feet. Now has to bail out of the pocket. Has a man wide open. It's Gus Scott, who catches the ball past the 30-yard line and has another Seattle first down. And that pleases everybody on the sideline.
It does, including the 1970s sort of new wave punk band, The Tubes, who said she's a beauty on that pass.
1st and 10 as we're approaching 1:15 to go in the quarter. The opening stances.
I want to thank the support crew here in the booth that has brought us some snacks. So thanks so much.
Here's J.W. Doyle on the handoff, and Doyle picks up 5 for his best carry. The 10-season veteran spent time with the defending SFL champion Alaska Storm, but is now here in Seattle, and he's done a good job being the number 2 tailback behind Bellew Scott. Gets 5 there. It'll be 2nd and 5. 2 tight ends, standard split back formation. 1 receiver out wide for Patak. Patak on the roll. Patak looks, fires. He's got Harrison, the tight end. only his second catch of the year, and the former Sioux Falls Sparrow sets his team up with a 1st and goal.
A little something cooking here. Do the nemesis.
Oh boy, right over Ron Hoff.
Oh, that's a pro throw right there.
We have 1st and goal for Seattle. Doyle 7 yards on 2 carries of the football so far. That was a 13-yard pass. Thanks to Gerald Smith keeping track. Gerald Smith and Zachary Hamburger keeping track of the facts and figures for us. Heavy blitz coming. Touchdown, Seattle. Holy Troop finds the end zone. And we're an extra point away from being level.
Sorry, I had the cough button going there. After so many errant and weird passes here and there, they just chop, chop, chop right through the red zone and into the end zone here at the end of this drive. That was pretty cool.
And for Seattle, that is
TJ Harper. That's a beauty. She's a beauty.
That's Batak's 6th touchdown pass of the year. It's Iron Legs extra point was a bit on the wild side, so that's a 9-play, 72-yard drive.
Oh, take a walk on the wild side. Do. I gotta be careful. I don't have any copyright violations. Plus, my singing's terrible.
Ben Harrison, his 2nd catch of the season, was key on that drive in for Paulie Truth, who just continues to add to his numbers. That's his 3rd touchdown reception of the year. As Hronik returns it up to the 26, we had 2 seconds left in the opening quarter, and we're right back to where we started from.
We are.
Almost.
1 possession for the artillery. They scored 2 for Seattle. 1 stalled out, and then resulted in a missed field goal attempt. And then Seattle comes back.
Well, Ace Finnick
Pops in the end zone.
Perfect 6 for 6 to start this ball game. Up under the juke and rook and snaps the ball. Ace turns and gives to Brad Jones, and Dr. Jones picks up 8 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 2 as we approach the end of the quarter. Garrison Blue lining up at fullback with a good block there.
Dr. Jones, I presume. Could we name the dog Indy?
That's the end of the 1st quarter. We're all level at 7. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Let's take a minute to acknowledge the lines provided by the fellows over at Jack's Data.
Nerd.
Alamo City 3.5 point favorite, over under 44.5. It's a pivotal contest for both these teams. So give you a look into division races for each team in just a minute. It's Jones falls over the 40-yard line on top of Brian James, but that's good enough for a 1st down.
By the way, nerd is a compliment. Nerds run the world, so we appreciate Jack's Data.
We have Rainstorm in the backfield now for Alamo City out of the I. This is 2 wide receivers. Hank All trolls the tight end. Garrison Blue in front of. Oh, the blitz comes, and the sack is made. The sack is made.
We got to get another look at that. He came right in on block, and he rolled right into the waiting arms of number
Sabo Cannon, the Seattle native, and a guy I know well, played for the Motor City V8s for a while.
And that's the Rick Meter hilarious play of the game so far right there.
129 yards for Seattle. That last sack, a loss of 7 takes Alamo City's total down to 80. Yards per play, surprisingly even, Rick.
Yeah. And we got an even game.
2nd and 17. Ace Finnick lobs this one way down the field. It's intercepted. Brian James, number 44, stepped in front of the receiver to pick it off, and the fans here can't believe it.
I'm not sure if that was a Misplay by the receiver. Oh, just offline a little bit, and he was all over him like a blanket was the defender. And it's actually more accurately thrown to the defender than the receiver. That ball probably never should have been thrown, or rainbowed it out. Gotta let him run underneath it.
So Brian James collects his first interception of the year. That's the team's 6th interception collectively. As Patak is back to throw again, fires down the field. That's John Fulton, who came up big last week for these nemesis against Tulsa. All's in one there. Makes it look easy.
And that was just a straight drop. Nothing fancy, no rollouts, no moving the pocket. He must have ID'd that sucker right at the get-go off the line. He didn't bother looking at anybody else. Colin.
Here's Patak. Look at Patak fires, complete the only truth, pick up a 5. Ace Phoenix's last pass was his first incompletion of the game, but it was a completion to the other team. He was 6 for 6 before that.
Technically a completion. Nice, Colin.
There you see the updated numbers for Patak, 10 of 18 for 132 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, on that last play, Patak had to buy a little extra time as he waited for Truth to sort of break open on that crosser.
He's about at his average completion percentage for the season at this point as he completes a second pass to the young tight end Harrison to set up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, you know, and Patak the game may be slowing down a little bit for Patak, which is good news for the Seattle offense. And there's the chart.
Last 10 pass attempts, he's hit his last 6 in a row, including the 10-yard touchdown pass.
5 in a row.
He runs the bootleg, almost an option leg, but picks up the first down.
Yeah. I like that.
Just goes down the line, parallel to Scott.
Yeah.
Kept perfect pitch discipline if he needed it, but he didn't need it.
Right, only needed a few yards. Knew where he was on the field. It's important to keep the chains moving.
Patak again back to throw. Sees the space and he takes off the run. Tried to slide, but Bo Martin had other ideas. Lays him out after pick up a 5 yards.
Still a serviceable run and keeps him ahead of the chains, the proverbial chains.
Now we get a bunch to the bottom. Harrison lined up tight. We have a 2nd and 5. Lou Scott on the carry, and Scott gets her first carry of the game. Picks up maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Much more manageable than it has been for Seattle here in Illinois.
Well, they're not forced to pick up these 3rd and 10s like they did previously.
Here's Patak, fires, got a man open, it's Fullerton, it'll be 1st and goal.
Wow. Impressed again with this drive, and you better believe the Rick Meter staff is taking note here. How they're able to matriculate themselves down the field.
They're inside the 5 is relatively marked. That's 5 targets, 3 grabs for Fullerton, 47 yards officially. Putbacks behind Patak. Patak will roll out. Fired to the end zone, got him in wide open, true touchdown. All he has is 2nd of the game.
There it is. There it is. Take another look at it. Simple roll to the left, and I'm not sure how he got loose in the back of the end zone, Colin. I mean, you know, he's one of the, if not the favorite target. You can tell me if he is or isn't the favorite, but somehow being uncovered in the back of the end zone on a goal line play is just not the way they want it.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
These extra points continue to be an adventure. I don't know how you lose the guy who's 6'6", 250 like that, even if he's lined up in line next to the tackle.
Well, it's got to be a communication error, right? I didn't note if he was getting passed off to one of the other DBs, but something went wrong.
Indeed, this kickoff fielded out of the end zone up the middle is Hendricks, returns it to the 29-yard line.
It might be a good time to discuss, Colin, my theory of all sports, which goes back to Little League, when nobody in Little League can actually make a play, and the winner is usually the team that makes the fewer mistakes, right? In Little League,
right?
And it applies all the way through to a pro game like the SFL, right? Can't make a mistake passing Pauly Truth off in coverage or messing up an assignment because someone's going to take advantage of it.
And for Pauly Truth in the 4K23 era, that's his first multi-touchdown game. Big deal for him as Brad Jones continues to try to get things going. He picks up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. Liking the game so far, smash that like button if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There's no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFL in action and help the channel grow through your support. There's Rainstorm on the carry. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain by Mr. Twinkie, Doug Day.
Also, hey, shout out to TJ Harper in the chat who picked up on one of our first vocabulary words, matriculated, and properly or maybe borderline improperly using the word in the chat. I love that. Appreciate it very much.
3rd and 5. Aronic in motion to the bottom. Alamo City has to convert here. Oh, blitz coming and somehow gets it away to Garrison Blue, but he'll be a few yards short of the sticks as the blitz again. J-Bo Cannon was coming down unblocked.
I know. Gotta put a hat on that guy.
I love that Seattle's defensive philosophy is just, let's send more guys that they can block. Danny Dimes on for the punt, and Dimes gets away. A good kick, fair catch called for at the Seattle 21 by Fullerton. These two teams met in week 6, a season ago. It was won by Alamo City 34-27. And Seattle start off with an offset I formation. Turn, get to JW Dart. Run for Albert Begin. Throws him out of the club and picks up 6 yards in the process. My goodness.
Throws him out of the club. Oh, says the voice of experience, you obnoxious brat.
I have no idea of what you're talking about.
Okay. I thought we were never going to speak of that again, Father.
Dean Jackson lined up as a tight end. They'll give off to Baloo Scott, and Scott will make it a 3rd and 2 situation as Jay Martin on the tackle. Mart is tied for the league interceptions with Canton's Frank Bernstein, who has 4. Pretty unusual that a linebacker would have that many interceptions this far into the season, but it's the case here for the artillery. Quarterback sneak, and Tack picks up a 1st down on that what was a designed call. Bo Martin Jr. on the tackle, but it's another 1st down for the boys from the Pacific Northwest. As you look at the numbers for Patak, 5 carries, 38 yards. Add to his team's rushing total.
Straight drop, quick throw.
Over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Mart on the coverage. Number 57 says, no, sir.
Tack definitely has an idea of what he's trying to do against the secondary and against the Alamo against Alamo City, Colin, in the secondary has got to be just holding on for dear life. The way he dropped, quick drop and quick throw.
Pitch out to Doyle again. Doyle this time takes Barr for a ride. That sets up 3rd and 7. That's Bogey Barr. 3rd and 7 for Seattle. Back to throws. Patak. Hit as he throws, but it's still caught by Gus Scott. I don't know how that completion went on, but it did. And number 14 has himself a big first down for Seattle.
He does, and don't look now, but the Nemesis are putting together yet another drive, a strong drive.
3 grabs for Scott, if you count that last one. That was 29 yards on the gain, according to our statistician, Gerald Smith. Throw, true, was cleanly covered, but he couldn't haul it in. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Getting excited to call another decent, fun pass play, but Paulie True drops it.
Tight coverage by the linebacker downfield that time. 2nd and 10, clock stopped 2:08. Pitch out. This is to Doyle. Doyle runs over yet another defender. And he sets up a 3rd and 6 with a pickup of 4. We've reached the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by AP Music on YouTube. Colin Northrup, Rick Northrup here in the broadcast booth with you. Your cough button was on.
Let's go. Sorry about that. Subject everybody to respiratory issues.
Throw down the field. Oh, it's dropped by Scott, who had the catch earlier.
Like the defender got in the way, maybe in an illegal fashion, but there's no hanky thrown on that play, Colin.
Number 19, David Roosh, on to kick for Seattle. The undrafted rookie.
The punt.
It's away. Good hang time, but will bounce into the end zone.
Touchback. Trying for the ethereal punt that dies on the 1-yard line.
I formation, 2 receivers to the bottom with a tight end. Pitch out to Brad Jones, and Jones has room. Tries to break off the tackle by Doug Dave, but picks up 5 yards in the process.
Ethereal, there's another vocabulary word for you. And TJ Harper, that word could also be called sexy. Ethereal meaning dainty, delicate. Dying punt on the 1.
2nd and 5 after the run play. Calia in motion. Alamo City down by 7. Remember, they elected to kick the ball, so they will receive to start the second half. Rainstorm, his best run, picks up the first down, but it seems the artillery aren't concerned with the clock.
Not really, which is mildly curious to this correspondent, because you got a chance to do the double. Grab some points before the end of the half and then get the ball to start subsequent half in the penultimate quarter of the game.
Brad Jones stopped the line of scrimmage for no gain. Looks like Alamo City's just content to take this one in the locker room. And, well, Rick, they've tried running the ball, but so far on 11 combined carries. They've only got 39 yards.
You know, a little over 3.
Rainstorm stiff arms the guy. Oh, he almost broke free for the first down, and now the timeouts are being called.
Okay, now we're going to take our timeouts. Earlier. Whatever.
Look at the rush yard comparison. Seattle out rushing Alamo City, which could come as a mild surprise to some.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, you said that ad, 47 yards on 12 carries now. Okay.
Yep. Here's carry number 13. Jones will be stopped by number 44, Brian James.
Welcome to. So you just like, do you do like the all-out pump block on this one? Oh, yeah. How many timeouts left? Why do they call it timeout?
Like
the random timeout earlier has me puzzled. Anyway,
we reached halftime, and I think I see in the chat somewhere that someone wants a Rick meter update.
Now, the Rick meter update. We'll give you that in just a second. We're going to look at some highlights and stats here.
Very interesting half. Type attack 14 of 25. Also has the rush yards. Defense has played well for Seattle. They've held up well against the pass considering the rankings coming in. Brad Jones held them jack, but Yale Montana is the receiving touchdown. Perhaps a bit closer than some were expecting. You see the numbers for attack through the air, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, equal 38 yards on 5 carries. Welcome back to NordVPN Stadium here in Military City, USA, San Antonio, Texas.
Who are you?
I'm Colin Northrup.
Who am I?
He's Rick Northrup.
Thank you very much. First of all, Rick Meter wants everybody to know Rick Meter will not be bullied or told what to do. With that said, Rick Meter does have a reading coming out of halftime here, and it is advantage Seattle. Advantage Seattle right now.
So Ronick returns it up to the 29-yard line. Want to get a little bit into the divisional standings of these two ball clubs. We touched on it pregame. Alamo City currently sitting in second place at 2-2 in the SFL Southern Division, with Fort Worth, Louisiana, all tied there. Mexico City 1-2, Houston 3-1. Seattle could take the Pacific Division lead thanks to the earlier loss yesterday by the Vancouver Legion to the Carolina Skyhawks. It shocked some people. First time ever Carolina beat Vancouver.
No shock to the Skyhawks. Supremely confident. Are they?
Yale, Montana. Alamo City's leading receiver in the first half in motion. Deep draw position. Finnick has a clean pocket, dumps it underneath. This is Garrison Blue, who was lined up as a fullback, I believe, and will pick up 6 yards on the play. It'll be second and 4.
Yeah, he's the relief valve, so that says something about Seattle's secondary. Also, it says something about the Seattle's D-line right now. Colin he can make a sandwich back there in the pocket. Good Finnick.
Second and 4. Turn, give to Jones, and Jones.
Oh,
they gave him forward progress for the first down, but he looks short in real time to me.
We're on Red Hanky watch right now. We're going to see that.
No, we didn't see a Red
Hanky.
Hanky.
Little style statement there. Guess not.
Coach now on to throw the flag. Turn, give. This is Brad Jones, picks up 5. It'll be second and 5. Have you ever wanted to be a play-by-play or analyst broadcaster? We're looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for the next minor league season, kicking off in just a few months. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved in your voice on the call, like me and Rick over here. As Brad Jones gets the carry, will only pick up a yard. Tim T.J. Harper on the tackle.
Is that his? Is he wearing his ugly Christmas polo shirt there, coach?
With the interlocking CNA, I love the logo on it.
The seizure-inducing random block pattern. Don't look too long at it. I'm telling you, you're not gonna feel very good.
As Vin Kelly is in motion.
I'm not feeling good.
To the bottom. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
3rd and 4. First third down base by Alamo City, and they convert it to Yale, Montana. He's tackled short of the 40-yard line, but he has the boys in yellow and blue with a first down.
Shout out to Stefan Forge. You're welcome for the Rick Meter update. Appreciate the reminder. Appreciate you and everybody else getting the Rick Meter's sense of humor. Of course, the Rick Meter is delusional and feels this entire enterprise is organized to compete for its blessing. It's not, but that's how
4 grabs for Yale, Montana, along a 20. Averaging 17.1. Masai Citrion is down. One of 2 inside linebackers for Seattle, so they'll have to dig in the depth chart a little bit, at least while the trainers look at Citrion, who walks off the field under his own power. We see the stats, Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Tilted in Seattle's favor, but Alamo City, they've been no slouch. It's just Seattle's done a better job.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a close game, but Alamo City's got to get some points here out of this drive because the way Seattle has langoriously moved the ball.
As Jones
is a problem.
We'll make it a 3rd and 1 situation. Harper again on the stop. You know, Dad, they call Matthias the lemon.
Citrion?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be my favorite something. Yeah, and there's Stefan Forge with his own vocabulary word, iconic. I love it. Different, thinking different. An example.
Hank Earl Troll in motion. Here to give to Rain Storm, and he doesn't get there. Brian James tackles him for a loss of 1. They'll set up a 4th and 2, and here at Alamo City, they chewed up a lot of clock and they chewed up a lot of ground, but ultimately they'll be forced to punt once again. It's good hang time by Dimes, but this will die in the corner of the end zone for a touchback. Although nice catch out there by one of the reserve corners. No, that's Willie Bands, the other free safety, number 33 on the catch. First and 10 on the Seattle 20, 6:37 to go. But Zach fires down the field. Catch made by Orlovsky. Breaks away for 1, 2 tackles, and Ryan is loose. Tries to spin off a 3rd and almost does, but he's tackled short of the artillery 30-yard line. My goodness, what a big play.
Yeah, what a great run and catch, and I so appreciate the preemptive spin move. Let's see if we get it here. Watch as he runs in. He's about to make some contact down the field. Here we go. I'm just going to throw the spin move at you here. Woo. Oh, there we go.
46-yard gain on the catch and run. His 2nd target of the game. My goodness. And that was all yakety yak.
Don't talk back. He's going to throw out of this. You just know it.
Paulie Truth lined up at fullback as throw tipped in the air by Jay Mart. They look for Justice Blackwell, incomplete.
What was that, like a 1-step drop? 1.5-step drop?
It looked like that.
Basically stood up and chucked a rock.
Longest offensive play for Seattle this season, that 46-yard drive. Oravatsky.
Arlovsky. Not to be confused with the former Detroit Lion quarterback, Dan Orlovsky, and there's a catch for a first down, Colin.
Paulie Truth on the catch again, and can't miss a guy like that who's wearing all green neon sleeves. Catches it in between two defenders. Rain Rie brings him down, a la Arn Anderson with a double-A spine buster on the field.
Takes a shoulder pad to the bread basket, too. Still hangs on.
Offset I formation, blitz being shown by the outside backers. Here's the kid to Doyle, and Doyle is tackled by Barr after a pickup of 7 yards, only 2nd and 3. And if you're Alamo City, you got to hold him to a field goal at least, because another touchdown. I mean, scoring.
Don't get all goofy-eyed, but yeah, you don't want to go down 2 scores for sure. Right? Am I right? Am I right? When you're right, you're right.
You're not wrong, as Blackwell is the man in motion to the bottom of the screen. Attack on the roll. They're trying that option play again. He keeps the ball, breaks the tackle, slides down. It'll be 1st and goal as he gets past the 10-yard line. And the bench is fired up about that one, Rick, as Batak shows off the wheels once again.
He does, and he's been one of their more effective runners as the QB. You don't necessarily want to see that, but it's doing wonders for them in this game.
Are we sure it's Ty Patak out there and not Jack Mildren, the great wishbone quarterback of the Oklahoma Sooners from the early 70s?
Oh, man.
That's what he looked like. Hey! There's the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Everybody's getting involved.
Well, how about that? I'm still stunned by your early 70s Oklahoma wishbone quarterback reference. Is that what that was?
Yeah, Matty mocked the... No, that was Will Stevens. That was highlighted there on a great block.
Your nerd showing.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you should.
Victor Ironleg on for the extra point, and
reasonably down the middle. Maybe his best kick of the evening so far, Colin. And there it is. There's your 2-score, full-on 2-touchdown score lead as we're just under 4.5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Indeed we are. Ironleg kicks off. Ball fielded at about the 4-yard line. Ziggy Hronik up the middle. Ziggy with all kinds of room gets up to the Alamo City 35. It'll be 1st and 10 for the artillery, now down at 2 scores, like you said, Rick. This Monday the 12th. This Monday is the 12th, and that means we'll remember our greatest number 12, Matt Wilson, on a special Monday night spectacular doubleheader. Starting with Arizona, Indianapolis, and finishing in Mexico City for throwback night with the Jacksonville Kings and the Aztecs. This week in the SFL starts off the night with the weekly recap at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Legends never die in the SFL.
Indeed. Had the blessing to meet Matt Wilson at the first SFL convention in Dallas back in the day.
Indeed, Rick. That was back on the field. Ace Finnick fires down the field. Oh, broken up on the play at the last minute there. And for the first time this evening, let's go to Cameron Irvine for a game break.
Thank you, Colin. Winless Portland at unbeaten Florida today. 20.5-point dogs. They are hanging around in Florida, but it just hasn't been enough. Stephen Bush breaks 2 tackles. The Storm lead 14-0 and are in a goal-to-go situation just before the half. Back to you in San Antonio.
Wow. There they go.
The defending champs showing their muscle there as this throw down the field is complete to Montana for 1st and 10.
Colin, I believe the game rudely interrupted your comment about Matt Wilson earlier.
Yeah, that getting inducted in the Hall of Fame was definitely the highlight of that very inaugural SFL convention, and definitely made it memorable. That's for sure.
Yep. If you haven't been to an SFL convention, if you can swing it, do it.
I formation, Garrison Blue lined up at fullback in front of Jones, and Jones goes on in a pattern as this pass is complete once again to Yale Montana, and they are feeding the lanky wide receiver a lot on this drive.
Wow, Fennick almost gets smoked and then threads the needle for a completion. Just not a square in. What do you call that?
Skinny post.
Skinny post. Skinny like you.
Indeed. Should take a look at that pass chart. He's 8 for his last 10 as Yale Montana is now up over 100 yards by himself. A lot of green, not very much red as that pass was quacking on the way to the receiver, but it's Vin Kelly with a catch and only 1st and goal.
Duck finds a home. I love it.
As we take a look at it again, Kelly at number 19 there on the corner. Route running against Valentine. Makes the grab and it'll be 1st and goal.
So I missed Stefan Forge asking about the guy who got thrown out of the club. Well, it was a metaphor, obviously, but yeah, Colin got his jacket.
I can confirm that that's true. As the pitch out goes to, I believe that was Storm, Doug Day on the tackle, and there's Coach Greg Soto on the sideline there, looking all sharp and spiffy.
I mean, you can't help it if you're causing a riot among the ladies everywhere you go. It's not 100% your fault.
Offset eye. Here is the give to Brad Jones. Hurdles over one down man. Tried to break a tackle, but not the second one. It'll be 3rd and goal. Doug Day on the stop.
Oh, I don't think you're constant encouragement of ladies inviting them for lap dances is still really appropriate. Mr. Chairman.
That is not true. That is not true. I'm just going to put that out as categorically false right now. 3rd and goal, empty backfield. Ace Finnick back to throw to the end zone. It's intercepted. Bryant James, who gets tackled in the end zone. Ball comes out to the 20, and big number 44 has himself an interception.
Oh my gosh. That is a disappointing turn of events for the artillery.
His 2nd of the day for James. That now gives him the team lead.
Alamo City shoots themselves in the foot a little bit. And for the record, Colin never has to issue it. But.
First and 10 from the 20. Gus Scott in motion. To the bottom. Here's the kid to Doyle. Hurdles over down lineman and picks up 3 yards. Apparently he can leap tall buildings in a single bound.
With that carrying the ball like a loaf of bread with the swim move through the line always gets me antsy.
The tack throw over the middle, complete to Justice Blackwell, and Blackwell sets his squad up at a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe a small mistake by Blackwell is instead of just trying to stop and fall forward, tries to turn it into more. It ends up short of the line again. May have had a chance. May have had a chance to get first down.
His first grab, that's good for 5 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 2. Here's to get to Doyle. He lost the ball, and the artillery will fall on top of it at the Seattle 25. And look who is at the center of the chaos, Jay Mark.
Center of the chaos. Unbelievable, yeah.
As he forces the fumble, Rain Rie fell on top of the football. And let's see if the artillery With 65 seconds left to go in the quarter, Rick.
I know.
Do something with it.
Maybe, and technically speaking, he turns his back to the defender who comes from behind and I think punched it out, and then pancaked him to add insult to injury, and it's Alamo City comes back in business.
Roll out by Ace Finnick. Fires back across the field.
Ooh.
Bobbled and dropped by Montana. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Ill-advised throw. Fortunate that actually falls harmlessly to the turf, as I believe there were 4 defenders within a couple of yards of the receiver.
Seattle wearing their all whites, Rick. What do you think?
I'm a big fan of the all whites. I'm a big fan of the monochrome uniforms, and hats off to Alamo City as well, with blue jersey and blue pants. They got it all gussied up with a lot of Bumblebee stuff, but I really like the all whites color.
Man in motion is Kalia. Jay Martin, he's forced 2 fumbles this season and 4 interceptions. That's 7 turnovers by himself.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
6 turnovers.
Yeah, hats off to Mr. Martin. He's playing the part.
Look at the numbers for H. Finnick. He does have those 2 interceptions, but he's thrown for 149 and has a touchdown to his name. 3rd and 6, blitz coming. Ooh, there's one of those guys again for Seattle. This time it's number 50 out there.
Got to be ready for the blitzers.
One of the linebackers came blitzing through free. Yeah. Max Yates.
Overloaded the line, and someone's going to break free, and it happens.
It sets up a 4th and 11. I believe they will trot out Matt Finnick for a field goal attempt.
Here we go. Going to kick it right into the QR code.
Right behind where the just beyond where the net is.
That's my aiming point.
And he'll draw it back in down the middle.
He rainbows it in there. Nice.
So they go backwards 2 yards, but they still manage to get points out of it.
That's right. Here's an update from the Rick meter. Rick meter is still lean Seattle. Still lean Seattle.
No watch.
I'm sorry, advantage Seattle. Yeah, that's the
no watch status.
No, we go advantage, probable, and then book it. APB. That's the progression. If you get all
end of the 3rd quarter, 21-10. Seattle in front. Chris Curtis, read us our rights.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
The dulcet tones of Chris Curtis, fellow Michigander. Hats off, Chris and Skippy. Where's Skippy?
I bet she's watching.
I bet so.
She's also a pretty happy camper.
Why is that? Do tell.
Because she's the GM of Carolina, and she and Curtis's team won last night. This ball is returned out to the 27-yard line by Haygood, number 87. And
that game was, I'm sorry, go ahead. And
Seattle all of a sudden finds themselves in a bit of a tighter situation.
Yeah, a little tighter. Still an 11-point lead. I was going to point out that game was called by Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was a fun game to watch, and those two pretty special in the booth. They cracked me up. Ooh, speaking of special, number 95.
How about the big guy, Jabo McSlim?
McSlim, anything but McSlim.
Makes a huge tackle there.
Should his name be Slimmy McSlim?
He's 6'4", 318.
McSlim face.
We take a look at the yardage there. Seattle definitely the favorite, but Alamo City, they've put up a good fight. Just the rushing department hasn't been there once again. No problem for type attack as he takes a second and very long and makes it third and
manageable. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. They can do that. They're not in their lucky 3rd and 10, but 3rd and 6 might get it done. Well, and it's go time for Alamo City's defense. They got to generate another turnover.
Batak back to throw, fires, incomplete.
There they go. And they've done it.
They've done it. Mickey McGuire on the deflection.
They've made the world's best cup of coffee. And a 4th and 6.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production of the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect tracks for your project, visit apmmusic.com. We return up to the 29-yard line by Hendricks, and the artillery got 3 points last time. What would really help out their cause, Rick, is if they could get a touchdown.
Yes, obviously, yes. Max points allowed on to be achieved on a possession. Yeah, they need a touchdown here, obviously, to get themselves a little closer. Unfortunately, a touchdown still keeps it a 2-possession game, unless they go for 2 on said proposed touchdown. Bring a man across the defense, doesn't react, Colin. Not sure they got any information from that.
Well, that probably tells the quarterback it's zone, so the roll up, backside, got a man open. It's Garrison Blue, I believe. Yes, number 86 hauls it in for the first down.
You're right, Colin. They're probably in their base zone defense, not keying on anybody in particular, so it does give them some information.
We settle back in here.
Settle back in here. Yes, as we're getting to the heart of the matter here, as we go under 8:30 to go in the game, Colin, and Alamo City down by 11. They've got it. This is go time. Come on.
Pitch out to Brad Jones. Ooh, Jones looked like he had room upfield, but the tackle was made on the play by TJ Frosty, the free safety.
You know, one thing you got to be careful of here, especially with your quarterback play. You're not going to win the game or make up the deficit on one play. So you got to stay within your concepts and within your scheme.
Roll out again. Throw backside. It flew again. It's a first down. Blue's second catch on the drive. That's good enough for first down. Just a nice post cut there in between 2 defenders. Tackle made by TJ Frosty.
Yeah, the proverbial soft space in the zone.
Look at that. 130 yards in the middle, 54 to the right, none to the left side.
Right. Correct.
Very rarely you see 0 by pass yardage distribution. Jones gets stopped the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Nice.
And Citron is back in the game.
There we go.
Whatever was ailing him is all cleared up now.
Thanks to Ace SFL medical staff. You know, on that toss play, Colin, they didn't look like they pulled any guards, and there were just more Seattle hats on that side of the line, but nowhere.
Finnick throws, and Kalia dropped it. He was open, but Valentine had great coverage.
I know they got to get chunk plays, and I may be talking about out of both sides of my mouth.
This is the most surprising stat was the rush yardage. 90 yards collectively as a unit for Seattle versus 67 at Alamo City. This has also played a big part in why the artillery are trailing. 3 of 8 on third down. 7-11 for Seattle. One-handed catch by Kalia. And that right there is a nice hands catch the game. Brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only game with your video game with your player in it. SFL 4K 23. That was a pretty grab. Right?
That was. Come give me your Dyna Hand, yeah? For all All our friends listening in Germany, watching in Germany. It's almost the extent of my German.
It's this kind of action week in and week out that makes the Simulation Football League so exciting. And plays like that don't whet your football appetite, Rick, to quote Keith Jackson. You're watching the wrong channel.
There you go.
Rainstorm stopped behind the line for a loss of 1. Those big uglies up front for Seattle are clogging up the run lanes and allowing the linebackers and DBs to do their thing.
Yeah. By the way, parent shout out to myself. If you want to talk German, you need to speak to Colin's little brother. He's fairly adept at German and Japanese. Go figure. All right, second and long, Colin.
Blitz coming, throwing the flat out to Garrison. Blew it, flew. Oh, he got stuck that time by Valentine. That sets up a 3rd and 7.
It's a bit of a long putt. It's makeable, but everybody's on the edge of their seat here on both sides of the ball. Stakes are pretty high. Field goal's not going to give you a whole lot, although they take it at this point.
Throw by Ace Finnick into triple coverage, and he somehow came down with the ball, did Kellia.
Wow. First and let's go.
Oh my good. Just a little slant inside. There were 3 people around the ball.
Rick Meter wants to remind everybody, hey, we're still around. It is still just advantage Seattle. It's like mirroring the fact that this game might be closer than you'd expect.
High formation, 2 tight ends. Here's the pitch out to Brad Jones. Jones looking for Bucks. Spins off one guy, but does not reach the end zone as the clock ticks under 5 minutes left. It's 2nd and goal from about the 1.
Sorry about that, partner. I made an exclamation over your call, your ace call. But yeah, he was making a bid. He was making a play.
All right, we have 2nd and goal from
a heavy line.
The 2. Here's to get the rainstorm. Oh, he swung too wide and got inside. Garrison blew, and that'll let Bryant Jr. to make the tackle.
No, I don't even want to look in the chat because Alamo City people are going to say, just run up the middle.
It's 3rd and goal, offset eye again. Here's to get to Brad Jones, and Jones dives into the end zone. Touchdown, artillery.
No screwing around there. I can lunge myself over the zip plane, breaking zip plane, and score this puppy, and they do. It was a sexy play. There, going right in.
He was like on his belly doing one of those slip and slides.
It was a slip and slide. It's like one of those.
And look at this. The offense is out there going for 2. Interesting.
That'll make it, if they're successful, it makes it a field goal game. If not, it's a touchdown game, just like if they kicked. So here we go.
Here's to get to Brad Jones again. He doesn't make it. Oh my goodness.
Disappointing. Stuffed by the Nemesis D. Well, 4 minutes to go. 4:15, Colin, if you're Alamo City. Looks like they're going to kick it away. Put their defensive unit out on the field and try and get the ball back.
Kickoff down to the goal line. Fielded up the middle and returned to the 23.
All right, so here's one of my armchair rules. If you've got a lead and the ball in the 4th quarter, near the end of the 4th quarter, you should win the game. You're entitled to win the game, but you've got to prove it. You've got to possess the ball and or put more points on the board. And this is what's on the back of Seattle right now.
Doyle picks up 2 on the first down carry. It'll be 2nd and 8. That's a good play for the guys wearing the all whites today.
I think you got to keep your eye on Truth on this drive cone. Can't let him loose.
Here's Patak on the rollout. Fires down the field, tipped in the air and complete. Looking for Gus Scott. Albert Begin in the neighborhood.
Begin the beguine. Nice play, 3rd and long. I would love to pick that off. They had a small shot at it, but here we go.
And the clock is stopped with 3:42 left. It's going to be another pass. Patak has to be careful now. He'll run. Can he get the first down? No, he slid too early. He's a couple yards short of the sticks.
That's the one play where Patak should have probably given himself up. Try and make that line to gain. But get ready, artillery. Your time is now.
Punt is away. This rookie punter's had a really good day, getting off some big kicks in terms of distance. And the ball is returned up to the Alamo City 35.
The crowd here at Nord VPN Stadium is on the edge of their seats, pulling, exhorting. Oh, the exhortations are quite loud here for the hometown heroes.
Ace. He tried to fire that off to Brad Jones, but there must have been a miscommunication on when the timing was to occur.
And
the throw falls
we're not
incomplete.
They were not singing out of the same hymnal there, were they?
No, not the exact spot on the hymnal.
You can't make it any funnier than I made it. Hey, I'm shaking my fist at you now.
2nd and 10, clock stopped at 3:05. Hank Troll in motion. He resets next to the other tackle. Pitch that way to Brad Jones. Jones will get to the 40, set up a 3rd and 6. We're now under 3 minutes.
And 3rd and 6 is not the down they were looking for.
There's Sabo Cannon lined up as a rush-in spot on this 3rd and 6. As Alamo City goes 5 wide, here comes the blitz. Throw complete. This is to Yale Montana, and he gets tackled on the other side of 50.
Oh, well, there you go. They pull that one out, Colin. Keep the drive alive. Well, as this progresses, the Rick Meter staff is patting themselves on the back for just keeping an advantage Seattle. Because this is, as it said, this game's tighter than you think.
Draw play up the middle, picks up 4 yards. 3rd and 6.
2 and 6.
2nd and 6, not 3rd and 6. Downs are hard sometimes.
First down. Second down. Look at the count in here.
It's like we've reached a 2-minute warning. I'll get to my analogy after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Two minutes to go in this 4th quarter. The artillery have the ball just in Seattle territory at the 45. This will be a Brad Jones and Alvin Jones. He gets stopped after pickup of 1.
I get they're trying to cross them up, but that doesn't produce hardly any yardage, and it keeps the clock rolling.
And they're not using any of their timeouts, which I find very strange. Alamo City in the 2nd half, they've been 5 of 8 on 3rd down. 7 of 12 overall. In fact, both of these teams are now 7 of 12 on 3rd down. Cumulatively speaking.
Sprint out.
Ace Finnick on the roll, backside throw. What a catch made. That is Garrison Blue. He comes up clutch for his team as the clock runs with 1:20 and counting.
Oh, wow. Blue's been a monster.
6 grabs for 58 yards on all 6 of his targets, none bigger than that.
Guess you're leaning on your stars, right? Push comes to shove. Nothing sexy, just solid football here.
Approaching under a minute left. And they'll run it with Storm. He's tackled after 2, but nobody's using their timeouts.
What is happening?
Alamo City wants to make sure they have the ball the absolute last, but time is not their friend.
Trying to cross them up again. It's just way too far away from the goal line for these. Well, whatever. Anyway, 2nd and 8, Colin.
Hendrickson motion out of the empty set. Back to throw is Ace Finn. Fires down the field. Has a heroic first down. And now the timeout called.
Those 2 running plays, by the way, in case you're keeping track, wasted almost 30 seconds.
2 timeouts remaining for Alamo City.
Well, now we're getting down to brass tacks, Colin, there within your medium range, your medium pass plays. Look for something maybe short of the goal line. Another quick timeout.
Let's see what they got here. Ace Finnick back to throw. Dumps it underneath.
Oh, no.
Got to get out of bounds. He doesn't. In fact, he lost 2 yards and they had to burn another timeout.
Oh, gosh, golly.
Oh, my goodness. Ace Finnick, you see the last 10 pass attempts, he's thrown for 85 yards and that one went for -2.
Oh, I know. Friends and family of good clock management may want to avert their eyes here.
Ball is just past the 20-yard line.
No, no,
Dump!
no.
And called a fumble, and Seattle falls on the ball.
You're
Samuel
kidding.
Cannon fell on the ball, and that will do it.
Oh my gosh, as heads explode as this turns out to be a lateral. He's not even looking for the pass. Oh
And
my goodness.
And he kind of half-heartedly goes for it. Oh, the booth will take a look at it. Let's
All
take a
right.
retroactive look at the play. Presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com, and this is a critical time to have a review.
Oh, that is so close. It looked like it was right down the line.
After review, the play has been ruled a forward pass and therefore incomplete. 3rd down.
They're going to get overturned the call on the field, so they get a reprieve from the governor.
The saving grace. Oh my gosh.
They get a reprieve from the governor.
Oh my gosh.
3rd and 12 from the Seattle 18. So they lost another 2 yards on the play.
Well, we return to the 3rd and long with almost no time left on the clock.
They do have one timeout in their back pocket.
No, no.
And they'll run it. I don't know what I
what's
just
happening.
saw.
I don't know what's happening. Make it all make sense.
All right, this one for the whole can of works.
Yep, one play to rule them all, Colin.
4 wide trips to the bottom, single back. Doug Day shows blitz. He comes with it. Throw to the end zone. Tipped in, incomplete. And now officially it's over.
Seattle will win. Seattle will win this game, Colin, as they hold on 4th down.
TJ Frosty with the deflection.
Oh, Frosty
Oh
boy.
my goodness.
Mm.
I think he's earned him a Wendy's treat after the game.
He needs a Frosty. Oh my gosh. Well, that was definitely a great defense by Seattle, and questionable head-scratching clock management and play calling by Alamo City, Colin.
ultimately result in a Seattle victory. They'll move to 2-2. Alamo City will fall below 500. They'll move to 2-3 as the gun sounds on what has been a wild football game. Seattle wins 21-16 as we have a minute to digest what just happened on the football field. My goodness, Rick Northup.
Oh, gosh, golly.
Oh, my.
All right.
All right.
We're sitting here stunned, and Colin, we're not able to bring you guys some stats, but who's your player of the game in this one?
Well, it's Ty Fatak, and he showed you why he's a multi-dimensional threat. Really, the first guy we've seen in this league that can run the ball just as effectively as he can throw the ball, and that, as we saw, was just a scary proposition for both teams.
Yep, I think his scrambling, I agree, his scrambling, Colin, and then there were a couple of design runs. Put some pressure on there, and this was a tight one. And Alamo City seemed to lose their mojo on that last possession, Colin. They were in position to score the go-ahead touchdown, but ends up turnover on downs near the goal line.
Well, for those of us here in the broadcast with Colin Northup and Rick Northup, thanks to our statisticians Gerald Smith and Zachary Hamburger, our executive producer Cameron Irvine, thank you all, and have a good rest of your evening.